I was very skeptical of, working with VAs and just like the whole outsourcing thing. And I, I really wanted so bad for it to work. And so Nathan was so enthusiastic about what he was doing, and he was so certain in his tonality and the way that he was just expressing what he was up to and how he could help me. And so I just said, this guy's really, he's really committed, it seems. So I'm just going to give him the benefit of the doubt, because like I had a lot of options, like I was looking at like between 3 and 5 different options for looking for help in this realm. And Nathan was so gung ho and he was so persistent and he had so much energy around like getting me results that I was like, okay. And he's willing to give me like a little, free bonus for a couple hours to give it a try. It's like, this guy must really believe in his service. So I took that and I said, okay, let's do it. When I started working with FreeUp, the part that was really refreshing for me was that the level of customer support and service, not only from Nathan's team, but from Nathan himself. And that doesn't mean that Nathan will always be there for you exactly, but his team will be, right? And his team works directly with him, and he's got this circle of people around him who are helping, who are checking in. Every week I'm getting an email saying like, hey Kyle, how's your assistant going? And then like every once in a while I'll get a message from Nathan, hey dude, let me know if there's anything that you need. Let me know how your assistant's doing. And I think that just makes the process much easier, knowing that like, yeah, this is new. This may be challenging when you're shifting from going from just either working by yourself and expanding your team, or you're working with just a couple people and you're starting to outsource some more work overseas. That it's just, you never know, right? And there's that fear and there's that uncertainty of like, oh, the time wasted. But I think with Nathan's team and the support of him as well, it's just like you can see that they really care and they're really invested in what you're up to and helping you and making that process, that transition, that hiring process that can be so challenging, easier. And I think that was just like so refreshing for me, and it made the whole thing a lot more enjoyable. With the FreeUp platform, it's literally just like you just like click hire, and it just goes. So like when they work, they bill the hours, and I don't have to like, watch over them. I don't have to use time clock. I don't have to use any of these other things to manage that. It's just all happening seamlessly through the FreeUp platform, which was really cool. And then like my car is on filed. So when they go to work, I just get billed. And then I just can keep track of like how much work is actually going down. And yeah, it was really efficient. You can work with anyone. And so like, even though there may be, they may be in different time zones, or there may be different cultural differences, because things are so laid out, so clear, your communication has got so good, and you just don't have to worry about all that stuff that you have to worry about, like putting out fires, these low income producing tasks. It's like all that stuff that you hate, you can slowly just start to chip away at it and just get it off your plate, like one thing at a time. And it's going to be slow at first. So let me set your expectations. Like everyone thinks like you just hire someone and then all of a sudden all your problems go away. That's not the reality. But what I will tell you is, if you put in the right stuff, if you take the time to build that person, if that you take the time to invest in systems and procedures, and then you put that person in those systems and you support them along their journey of learning, then you're going to start to experience what is true freedom. What I believe a lot of entrepreneurs set out to do when they first create their business is to create something that makes money for them. And you can only do that with a working staff. And a lesson that I learned is that everyone, or anything that you do in your business, almost about 90% of the stuff that you do in your business, someone else can do for $10 an hour. I believe that the VA that I work with, if she was in the United States, could be the COO of a multi-million-dollar company.
Wow.
Well, because she's in the Philippines, like as an executive assistant or as a VA, she can get paid very well and have a great life just in that role. But that's the level of skill that she has. She actually used to own her own business. So she understands more of what I'm going through than what you might expect. And so like the level of skill that you can get for the price is just bar none.
Any last thoughts or feedback on FreeUp, the process, the VA, or any last thoughts at all?
Yeah, I would say it's not very normal that you meet a CEO of a company who is running the type of company that Nathan's running. And when you see a guy like that running a company like that, who's that involved in the day-to-day communication of his clients and his dedication to their results and their success on the platform, I think that speaks volumes to his commitment to what he's trying to create in the world. And that's honestly the biggest value that I see, is just the leadership within the company and the ability for him to get in the weeds, to get in the trenches, to not be afraid to hit you with a Facebook message and say, "Hey man, what's going on? How's your assistant doing?" And I know as time goes on, like FreeUp will continue to grow, the level of customer service will continue to grow, and what happens at the top will just bleed down.